What's going on, guys? It is Beating the Bookie, and we are continuing our 2024 college football season win-loss projections with the Ole Miss Rebels out of the SEC, Oxford, Mississippi. The 2023 Ole Miss Rebels won 11 games, including a Peach Bowl victory over the Penn State Nittany Lions in a game where they were an underdog. This team went 11-2 last year. It was the first time they've won 11 games in program history. Their over-under is 9.5 wins this year, minus 115 for the over, minus 105 for the under. On offense, Jackson Dart, one of the best quarterbacks in the country, senior, returns with Trey Harris at wide receiver and Caden Priestcorn at tight end. Those are all three top 10 ranked players at their position returning. They return a ton of talent on offense. And even though they did lose their best running back to Ohio State to the transfer portal, they did add Henry Parrish Jr. from Miami, and they have a vast array of speedy talent in the backfield. So they should also have one of the top 10 backfields in the country this year, even with the loss. This offense is going to score a lot of points, and led by Lane Kiffin, obviously a master of offense. This team should have put up 40 points a game no matter what. This team should average at least 37 points per game this year. Defensively, they added three monster portal players. U-Man Milan from Florida, who was Florida's best edge rusher last year, and former number one overall recruit Walter Nolan from Texas A&M. They also added former Alabama defensive back Trey Amos. So these are all great adds for their coach on defense, Pete Golding. This unit should be much improved this year, and their defense should be very good this year. This Ole Miss team is going to make the playoffs, and they are going to make a run for the national title. They start off the year with Furman, which I'm giving them a victory, obviously. Middle Tennessee State win, at Wake Forest win, Georgia Southern win. They should start off easily 4-0 with no sweat, so that they have a lot of time to get their offense clicking. So this schedule works out really well for Ole Miss. Game 5 is against Kentucky at home. That should be a win. At South Carolina, that should be a win. At LSU, now LSU is always a wild card, and they always play Ole Miss tough. LSU lost to Ole Miss last year. Ole Miss should win that game this year, and Ole Miss should be favored as well, with LSU bringing in a new quarterback. Then LSU plays October 26th, Oklahoma at home. They will be favored in that game. Then they go to Arkansas. They should easily beat Arkansas. And then November 9th is one of the games of the year against the Georgia Bulldogs. I am giving Ole Miss a loss here just because Georgia is going to be loaded this year also. And you got to respect Georgia for what they have done. Ultimately, though, that game will be meaningless for Ole Miss if they head into that game at 9-0. They then go to Florida. They should be a double-digit favorite against Florida. And then they finish the year with the Egg Bowl on November 30th at home against Mississippi State, which should be another win for them. So I see 11 regular season wins for Ole Miss. I see 10 regular season wins at the worst. The worst case scenario for me, 10 wins in the regular season. So I am taking Ole Miss over 9.5 wins, minus 115. This team will make the playoffs. I'm very confident about that. And with the expanded playoffs, they will make the playoffs. So Ole Miss over 9.5 wins. And this team is a dark horse for the national championship.